Yeah, I love Green Lantern a lot. From the aesthetic, to the 1,000 different lanterns there are, to the different ways certain lanterns make their constructs resembling their personalities, and as a kid riddled with an ADHD brain, I felt fucking seen when I discovered Green Lantern. Like, possessing a ring that allows you to create things using your imagination alone is the coolest thing ever in my opinion. Aside from the Omnitrix, of course. I always wanted to be Heat Blast. But you can literally make giant anime swords, monster trucks, robot mechs, chainsaws, machine guns, a big boxing glove, a black hole. Anything you want if you have the willpower to create it. Which is also another reason why I mess with the Green Lanterns so hard. Because in order to be a Green Lantern, you have to be absolutely fearless. Something that seems otherwise impossible, but not to the individuals who possess a lantern ring, inspiring me to be as fearless as possible. Like, as a kid, I used to be deathly afraid of fucking roller coasters because of movies like Final Destination. And my irrational fear was that one day if I did go on a roller coaster, the whole thing would either collapse or the ride would just slow down at the top of the loopy-loop and everybody would fall out and die. And while it sounds pretty corny, reading about Green Lantern Hal Jordan flying jets and literally facing his fears head-on inspired kid me to do just that. To shoot for the stars and never look back. So I made roller coasters my bitch. Now there are plenty of Green Lanterns you can pick from to be your favorite as well, because there are literal hundreds. Like Guy Gardner, who's very famous for being hot-tempered and getting one-shot by Batman. You also got Kilowog, the rough and tough alien who trains the Green Lanterns. Jon Stewart, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz, Alan Scott. They even got a planet as a Green Lantern. As my Irish dad once said when we went to go see the Green Lantern movie, there's a whole planet of them? Yeah, man. There's a planet of them called Oa, home to the big huge base of lanterns and their big huge lantern that they pronounce their oath towards to charge their rings, which is on par with Yeat's famous "I want Bentley, I want money, I want Bentley, I want money." In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Absolute bars created by the little blue dudes called the Guardians, who created the Lantern Corps to spread peace throughout space, with each individual lantern assigned a different quadrant, which I find a tad bit funny because Earth's sector is so screwed up on its own that it requires literally 7 different Green Lanterns to keep safe. Now, if you haven't noticed, I haven't really mentioned Kyle Rayner or Hal Jordan all that much, only because I really just wanted to save a spot just to talk about the two of them in this video alone, because they're my two favorite lanterns. Hal Jordan has always been my day one because he was the first lantern I ever read as a kid, just because I always really dug his origin story. Because as a kid, Hal's father flew jets and was said to be one of the greatest pilots who ever lived, almost like he could cut open the sky. But one day testing a new aircraft, his jet would malfunction and crash, killing his father instantly, right in front of Hal, who wanted to be just like him when he grew up. Despite his father dying in the crash, however, this didn't stop Hal from facing his fears head on and working hard to be just like his father in the future, which also inevitably created a rift in Hal's family because they all feared he would die just like his father. Becoming brash and a tad self-centered as the years went on, he eventually separated himself from his family completely and joined the Air Force, where he quickly became an incredible pilot. But through a series of events with his mother dying and getting dishonorably discharged from the Air Force, it humbled Hal Jordan, since as an ex-pilot, he only found work testing aircraft simulations, but never the real deal no matter how many times he asked. So as Hal Jordan felt lost with no direction in life, up in space, a dying Green Lantern by the name of Abin Sur would soon be entering Earth's orbit, sending his own lantern ring to find a new bearer, as the ring eventually found itself on Hal Jordan, making him the first ever Green Lantern of Earth. Now, after this, he'd go on to train with the Green Lantern Corps, where he'd become one of the greatest Green Lanterns to ever live, fighting villains like Sinestro, Black Hand, and Atrocitus, saving the DC Universe from a zombie apocalypse in the Blackest Night event, and literally create his own ring from his sheer will alone. However, Hal Jordan wasn't all good. He did make mistakes along the way as a Green Lantern, like when he merged with the fear entity Parallax. Because after his hometown Coast City was obliterated during a fight between Superman and Doomsday, his worst fear came true, losing everyone he ever loved. Hal Jordan, so stricken with guilt, attempted to recreate Coast City and its people using his ring. But this action was considered unnatural to the Guardians, thus they attempted to suspend Hal Jordan from being a Green Lantern any further. But in this effort, Hal Jordan only became crazier, seeking out and killing all Green Lanterns in his way, which led to Kyle Rayner becoming a Green Lantern to face off against an evil Hal Jordan and revitalize the Green Lantern Corps. Now, Kyle Rayner is the main man, because before he was a Green Lantern, he was also an artist, which is probably the best occupation you could have before becoming a Green Lantern in itself, as his constructs are some of the rawest things I could ever lay my eyes on reading his comics. Kyle Rayner to me is also especially cool because he's like the fucking avatar of Green Lanterns. Because the guy has literally possessed every single Lantern Corps ring at once, which is insane alone. He's literally held the sun in his hands, and was at one point the main White Lantern who managed to cross the Source Wall and gain knowledge to every single question in the universe. There is nothing cooler than that. Do you get it? But the Green Lantern Corps are fearless. They can literally create anything they want. They've got so many different lanterns to choose from. They're the most powerful corps in the universe. They have the drip. They've got the bars. They got my favorite color alongside lighter blue. If you get it, you get it. And I just all around love Green Lantern. I hope y'all like this video, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. I should also mention that because Green Lantern's only weakness is the color yellow, Green Lantern always has to drink water because if his pee is a hint of yellow, he could die.